Welcome to another awesome episode of the Screenshot Podcast. I think we're on episode number what now? 7. Andabona likwazi. Podcast yenu. All right, yeah. Episode is 7 awesome episodes as of this one. And, let's just quickly do our introductions and get straight into it. So, Mina Nzaqalisa. My name is Vui. I'm your host, and I'm not alone. I'm coming in.
Tell them. Hi guys, Alan Moyo here. I actually was what I do, deja vu and
Danger vu.
Danger vu.
I'm Melinda Joey. Yeah, Melinda Joey.
I do my best.
I do my best.
Which is very important. Now, as Kambi so you know that we with each episode of the show we usually have a guest. Today we've got it's not the recruitment. When I jog when I episode lihas recruitment late now. He needs the introduction, but we're gonna allow him to introduce himself, tell us a bit more about himself and what he does as well.
Good people, Dinjani, Sarwanani. My name is Bryce Andy Swatube. All right. But most people know me as Bryce DJ Classic, those that know me through entertainment. Nkobe.
One.
Angati one. All right.
That's just you. That's just the tip.
Okay. Hey, I'm a lot of things entertainment. What I'm saying, I'm a lot of things entertainment. So entertainment is my business, it's work. So in terms of entertainment, I'm a sound engineer. I'm a music. Okay, let me put this. I market Bulawayo music mostly. Then I am a DJ. I'm also a sound engineer. I'm also an MC. I'm also a presenter, TV and radio. So I also do events planning and events management. I'm everything entertainment in short.
All right, so basically anything that involves a microphone and a speaker.
Yeah, ngipakos.
Yeah. All right, that's fantastic. So you know what? Towards the end of the show, we're gonna jump back to you, and we're gonna have a brief discussion of what we think about the entertainment space in Bulawayo. Not just limiting it to events, but entertainment as a whole.
Exactly.
But right now, we just need to discuss something serious. Last week we're talking about black tax. We had some really insightful conversations where we're not in agreement, but I think everyone had a very valid point. Today I want to talk about black excellence, and what we're using to usher in this conversation is something that happened this week. It's yet to be confirmed by Guinness, but we've got a cook. Umpegi. Yeah, let him cook, let her cook. She cooked, and she cooked for 100+ hours. Like I'm saying, it's yet to be confirmed that she's the official world record holder. But what's the name? Hilda. Her surname, I don't know how to pronounce it. I won't lie. I won't butcher it. It's just pronounce it on your own. It's Baci. Or Baki, or yeah, whatever it is. But so she embarked on that was a journey. That could be almost 4 days. Don't make Zam as it's not mating, but exactly. Yeah, so that's almost 5 days.
5 days.
Almost 5 days of cooking nonstop. I was just reminded. Actually, in fact, let's before I say what it reminded me of, let's just jump. Like, what do you think about what she did?
No, my thing is, why pega continuously?
Continuously, yes.
I'm going to
Why did it take 100 hours to cook?
Is the menu out there?
The menu is out, but it was very, very big. It was very comprehensive. So, yeah, it was like several. It was like a lot of meals at once.
And then do they monitor you when you're cooking or?
Yes. Like the cameras were rolling the entire time. There was a stopwatch that showed the previous record, and I think the previous record was either 66 or 86. And as if that wasn't enough, she just kept going.
Okay, I want to know, why is it like, why is it like pega? Like
no, she was cooking for people, like the audience. Yeah, when I think in a town,
Okay, alright.
and he's breaking the rule, and you know people congregate there, so she was cooking for those people.
Personally, when was she getting time to eat?
But yeah, that's it. Yeah, then the food is there.
I'm a chef usually.
Hey,
I'm a chonch. Yeah, that's the word.
That's the word.
I'm a chonch.
Hey.
I have to taste everything that you
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
she
food
put it
that
that
she
way.
was, she was
Now
relying
imagine
Ungabloku phekela abantu continuously different meals.
Yeah.
And you'll be tasting
I
everything.
can assure you the least of the worries of being hungry.
So that's the food she was eating.
I'm sure it was, yeah.
So the food oyidla ekuseni uzoyidigeste ngo-1 yena yabe yidla in bits and pieces.
Nigerian gas food.
So if I want to break, let's say, a record Guinness, do I call them and tell them same and then they come and watch me cook?
what do you call it?
What's the procedure? like?
And also,
They're supposed to do that. You're supposed to contact them. They're supposed to bring in like an official from their side that monitors the entire thing. And by the way, we checklist to our and so on to make sure that you're following the rules.
It's on their expense, huh?
It should be. When allows you to break a record.
how do you avoid my prank calls? Okay, just anyone in Japan.
Yeah. How do they verify?
Zimbabwe.
I don't know. Look, in case people didn't notice, I don't work there. Yeah, well. So ngingazi bantu beGuinness ake lisitshele ukuthi likwenza njani ukuthi wakhona kulabantu labafuna ukubreak ama records genuine, and they're genuine, they're not fake. So they want to know.
The breaking point.
If she spend 4 days in Alali, you're gonna let us go record, Joe. There's people spend more than.
Of staying up was cancelled because I think people were dying.
Yeah.
People were dying from staying awake. Staying awake for too long.
Yeah.
I'm trying to not die. Judge if I'm sleeping for 2 days. I want to die.
You don't think 2 days nothing? I think the previous record could have been more than that. You know, but anyway, I think we are digressing a bit. Basically, we're talking about. My thing is right. Out of the records that we could have broken as black people, why did we choose the Yogupet?
For them, it's culture, dog.
All right, yes, valid, very valid.
Culture.
We also don't know which records have been broken. Do you know by black people?
There's there's one that I already knew. I mean, we've got 100 meters every year, every 4 years, without fail. Without fail, we've got 100 meters. We've got the 4x4 relay.
4x4.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, Black Coffee's record has been smashed as of about 2 years ago. But the record, but I think in as much as it's been broken, I still count his the most because he held the world record for the longest DJ set, and bear in mind that he only has one functional hand.
Single-handedly.
You single-handedly, bro.
Now you guys are bad.
We are bad.
But I'm curious, Mbano break that record though. Okay, how long was it?
By coming back home, he record
From Bulawayo that I know is 10 hours.
Bye.
Who's
It's
that?
Mdusivan, a Pink Awareness.
Okay.
Yeah, so he DJed for 10 hours. A Pink Awareness, why spread because any awareness about cancer. So yeah, now we DJ Africans. Then the next record that I break 13 hours.
Okay, 13 hours for?
DJing non-stop.
Okay.
In Bulawayo?
No, now guys, so we plumb we DJ Yuko wants to break that one.
All right.
Then bring here 14 hours, but this one I cannot say right now because I don't have all the facts.
Okay.
I don't have all the facts.
Nyako.
I don't have all the facts. I can neither confirm nor deny
All right.
the
You've
facts.
confirmed. All right.
But my thing is, okay, Bryce, let's put it this way, and Lami, I just decided, okay, Mfunshaya DJ set 14 hours. See, I consider the quality of the things that I'm doing in those 14 hours, or as long as 14 hours in Bambi Take is color.
Okay, now, what is a question that I've been answering people the whole week. In other words, Ubuzewati, all right, what's the point of DJing if you're going to play a song and you call it the same way? Good people, there's a difference between DJing and playing music. There are people that play music and claim they are DJs, and there are people that DJ. Because DJing, there's a skill to it. So now, going back directly to question oyibuzileyo, right? Equality also counts. How you DJ, how you mix in songs. It's not about ukuthi uzafika laphana uchaye ingoma for 14 hours. You have to DJ. Every song that you play, every tool, DJ tool that you play has to count as a skill, oyenzle. So it will be your skill for 14 hours.
Alright. Now if you put it that way, it makes sense.
Exactly. Unjenga, like say, okay, I want to print 500,000 t-shirts, right? It's easy to do that. Just a simple font to 5. But when considering craft yakhe, you know the type of print and the type of t-shirts and the machinery and the amount of work that I'll put in, it has to count, because in Tolana, when it comes to breaking a record, it has to matter.
Okay.
It has to be good. These t-shirts is part of the batch air print on Allen.
Okay.
And its quality, and considering which he did this in a day.
Alright.
Yeah, so you don't have to weigh inside.
So it's the same with Hilda, the cooking also has to be.
Epeka 7 colors. Ngama 7 colors, umetwa several colors.
It's 7 colors, but lapana.
Is it 7 or several?
No, I've never had it myself, you know, so I didn't some amongst. Hey, bro.
So guys, we wanted to talk about black excellence.
Yes.
Like, let's talk about black excellence. Now, I think I'm not really sure about the definition. I've seen so many definitions about black excellence and what it actually is. So I think I'd be curious to know what you guys like consider black excellence, because I've seen kutwa it's going above and beyond your set standards, and like Uguti, as black people, the odds are always have been stacked against us for like forever. They still are. So you succeeding with the odds against you. That's one definition that I saw.
Yes, that's a good definition. Yeah, I think that's the right one. Now, my thoughts on black excellence are that if you notice, as African people, let me say black people world over, we've had our history written for us. Yeah, well, as such that there's a lot of notable things that black people do over the years. Even yes, cut is slavery, colonialism, segregation, whatever it is, but we never get to hear about it because whatever medium is being used to publish, you know, the news of the day is unfortunately or fortunately, whatever, is white owned. Yeah, so now I think my thoughts on this, and I think personally, is that just because we don't hear about a lot of things that black people do, which are notable, doesn't mean that they never happened. Just that right now in the media that we in the world we live in, and there's certain media that's not regulated by white, that's not white owned anymore. For example, this podcast or podcast in general, a person can wake up, you know, even if phone and you know they record something, they put it out into the world, and now you know. So my thoughts on this is that there's so many other Hildas out there. There's so many other black coffees out there. There's so many other Usain Bolts out there. There's so many other prices out there that have got a 14-hour record DJ instead. You know, we just don't know about it yet. You know, and I'll just use this opportunity to shout out on my platforms and individuals and organizations that facilitate them, that put them on. You know, because by doing what you're doing, you're making sure that people know that there's Alan that started a brand called Deja Vu Apparel. You know, that's not only being supported by his friends, but they know about it. There's Joey who's doing her best.
So are you saying, Uti, black excellence is also influenced by who publishes it and who talks about it and who distributes it? Absolutely.
Let's not say black excellence, but information about it.
Information.
Yeah, because there's a verse in the Bible. Don't church but two people perish for lack of knowledge.
Exactly.
And right now people have lack of knowledge. Yeah, but just because you don't know that something happened doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Can you bring it closer to home?
Yeah.
14, okay, I'll bring in a stereotype that we have of Bulawayo.
Yeah.
Bulawayo people are not supportive.
Yeah.
So how do we move from that to celebrating Abantu who are making great strides in the city? Because these people are doing major moves in the city, but we only get to start acknowledging them when people from outside start saying, when Balopelu blind.
Yeah.
I'll use notable examples. Night Freak DJ.
Yes.
Night Freak has been great for a minute. And there's other DJs who are also just as good as him.
Yeah.
But we're not celebrating them until people from outside start telling us, no, remember, no, blind.
It's black excellence.
Yeah, you see, it's not black excellence when other people start celebrating them, but we've been knowing that umuntu lo blind. ASF has been good, but that becomes the notable moment. ASF blind because people from outside are now seeing him. Because
he featured on something outside.
But they've been doing crazy moves, and Tinasi Soda, I don't know, I still feel like we're failing to celebrate each other like that. And validation ending comes from outside first before.
You know.
Yeah, but you know the problem with us here in Bulawayo in terms of Uguti abantu bethu babe celebrated, I think is that Bulawayo originates from the south. We cannot run away from that. So we are a little piece of a bigger item. So in most cases, for you to be celebrated by your own, you need to be celebrated by the bigger piece. I'm not sure what you understand what you're saying.
No, I understand. I get what you're saying.
Exactly. You have to be celebrated by the bigger piece, right? If you check the northern part of the nation, right, they originate from mostly here, and most of them are here. So it's easy for them to celebrate each other. Yeah, understand? So here, for us to be celebrated, really, in most cases, you need to be celebrated down south, then you come back. Or you do what the northern part of Zimbabwe is doing, then you also need to be celebrated here. Really, it's a very tough climb because one way or the other, you have to be either celebrated from the northwest or from the south. Right from here, it's a very steep slope to climb.
Is it possible to change it though?
It is possible. The thing is, you need to be consistent, love what you do, work hard on it, you'll be excellent. Already, for black excellence, where there are a lot of things staked against you. Yeah. For Bula, I think you'll be greater because you have to be excellent within your own.
Yeah.
Before you become excellent, wabanya bantu that are not black owned.
I think when Bulawayo starts thriving, it will be a great example for black excellence. Because what you're saying reminds me of this quote. Do you guys watch? It's called Scandal, like the American one.
Yes,
it's called The Fix in Southern Africa.
The Fix. So Kerry Washington was talking to her father, and so he says to her, this thing stuck with me. It's like you have to work twice as hard to have half of what they have, right? So it's like for us in the city, I feel like we really have to work twice as hard, or maybe 3 times as hard, just to have a piece of the pie, you know. And also, there's something about black excellence that kind of doesn't sit well with me. What about, and we've all had these odds stacked against us. So the people that we put in a pedestal and say they are black excellence, yes, they're doing well. We're talking about, in America, we're talking about notable people like Simone Biles, who are now being like the most decorated gymnastic of all time, and Serena Williams. We're talking about those type of people. And what about just general people like a single parent working 2 jobs to take care of their child? They're not being put in a pedestal, but is it not also excellence in its own way? Because we're only celebrating these people that have years, they've done great things, and they have so it's like the standard to now also get there. For me, it kind of bothers me a lot, but not to take away from what everyone else has done. But I think excellence as black people should just be excellence.
It is that's very true. I think
what you're saying is the thing is, conversation here was premised on excellence, especially because we're creatives here, right? But I feel like if you find yourself as particularly, and we won't be apologetic about this, particularly as a black person in the world, we are the odds are against us. Even right now we are
born a suspect.
The odds are against us, man. We only, if you think about it this way, we only got independence as African countries just maybe about 40 to 60 years ago. You know,
28 years old.
28 years old.
In the 20th century.
Exactly. And that's independence. We're still working on freedom. Yeah, and remember, freedom cuts into systems. Yeah, it cuts into systems within a country. So it might take even another 100 years before we're totally free. And let's not even talk about slavery and colonialization and so on. This was the status quo. It's only recently that black people were like, you know what, nah, we've had enough. You know, let's stand up for our own things. So if you find yourself as a normal and ordinary black person, like a mother, a single mother of two, like you're saying, the system's already against you, and you're finding a way to make it work. It's like our parents going to school was a huge accomplishment for them. You know, to me that's black excellence. You know, but anyway, I'm hoping that answered your question. But there's something that I also wanted to throw in. You're talking about how we don't, like, we always we wait for people outside to affirm us, for us to know that we're great. I feel like that may not even be a uniquely Bulawayo thing, but it's just a black thing. You know, ever heard, even as Kolo, especially grade A schools, you'd hear that Umtaga's Vaniban is going to a good school because white people learn there. Already is because like the affirmation is that they're not even talking about education systems or the curriculum or
just talking about the people that are there.
They're like simply because this kid is learning next to a white person. You know, it's a good school. That's black excellence.
But
you know,
right.
So,
as much as I agree with you on that one, but let's look at the flip side of the coin. Most of those schools are good.
Yes.
Right. Okay. If I say, okay, name any one all-white school that is a bad school.
That is
in
true.
Africa.
How do we measure like?
No, but okay.
School?
All right.
Okay. I think the facilities that the school provides to the children.
Education curriculum.
Exactly, curriculum also count.
Let's copying of PE.
I want to give an example. No, I want to give an example. And in 2005, right? There was a list of, and I don't know, they still do this, right?
Yeah, they
the best
to,
schools, like according to like pass rates and stuff. And 2005, kule skolo kwakuthiwa nxa uhlale eGwabalanda ithiwa iFusi Primary School. It was top 5, right? Phezulu, I don't remember the rest of the schools, but I remember it because Utuzan Nankayani. Yeah, go top 5. Kwaku like ezingu-4 eziphezulu, it wasn't like a predominantly like white school. Kwakuyizikolo zemalokishini and stuff.
Yeah.
So then you can't really say ukuthi those schools are the best schools.
Yeah.
If we're looking at pass rate and stuff, they're only the best schools because you know your kids will make connections maybe in life that will be like.
Results do we base them off the results that we get singapasa lapana or the results that come off dealing with isikolo and
Results ka grade 7.
You can go but singa base are just off that and uzahlupa because there are people who've got 20 points. 15 points, but and then you get people who went to Falcon College. My points are but they were equipped with enough to make them survive in the
certain life skills, they networked.
They are making it.
That's all I'm saying. Connections and you'll be sending your child.
But when you're speaking, and I took note of what you said, that's black excellence.
People like you in this school in Eximponqani or something like that. Yeah. I think is that the name is so absurd. I didn't think that school actually exists. You see, you know. So my point is, as you're mentioning that, if you're not thinking, Guti, pass rate is goal, or you know that you wouldn't really expect it for them because you're thinking that these are really bad schools. But that's black excellence for me.
And at the time, they were getting food from Ilokuzenin. Okuphekelwa ama-porridge and stuff. Yabona kubuye amabhali lana. They managed to.
But can I play devil's advocate?
Yeah.
Personally, I feel like as black people, especially Tina, we're not too exposed to early schools and we're taught how to make money for Munyomuntu. Even when you're learning business studies. It's always how to manage someone else's money, which is different from people.
You're always an employee. It's like you're not.
Of course, I agree. Not everyone is meant to be an entrepreneur, but know how to make money for yourself. And business studies is how to account for someone's money.
Yeah, but no, I I agree with the larger part of your point, but what I'm disagreeing with is that fact Guti, not everyone's meant to be an entrepreneur. Sometimes I feel like that's something that saying was passed on to us as black people because of what we're exposed to. You know, there's a reason why a lot of white people, a lot of Jews, they are the entrepreneurs. Because when Abafundis would you guys, you're in charge of the world. You must take charge of it. Tina, we're taught that we must serve. At the very best, what we can do is manage. So I'm saying, guys, everyone must be an entrepreneur.
So my entrepreneur, who's going to be the doctor? Who's going to be the police? Who's going to do this?
Yeah, true. But
it's like the levels of it, right? Do you know like lawyers are entrepreneurs?
Okay, what?
Yeah, but doctors are entrepreneurs as well. You know, it's like you can choose in whatever discipline that you undertake. You can choose the level that you want to start at or end up at. You can, as a doctor, you can work in a hospital, or you can open your own practice. As a lawyer, you can general counsel or an associate, or you can, have your own firm, be a senior partner. You know what I mean? So I'm saying like. Let's not let the pursuit of things like education and these so-called noble professions limit us from thinking that no, we can own the business.
But you understand, there's people who genuinely want to work for someone, like they're comfortable letting someone else be in charge of everything.
I know they're there, but I'm like, I just thought there's something wrong with them.
No, my thing is, as long as Bryce, a teacher at my school.
Yeah.
Sharp, as long as he's getting a fair amount.
That's a very good
for
point.
their service. Abantu who hate being at positions where they're the ones who are making top decisions and all that.
They
just
want to live life, They want to live.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
and for them, they feel like they've contributed a lot, like in the team, from whatever.
Yeah, of course.
Wherever they are.
Of course.
All right. Okay.
But of course, I think it's important just to place both options for abantu at least to okay, in as much as you want to do this, there's also this when a decision more informed, because most people just go to work for someone because entrepreneurship can actually pay them.
Yeah.
So it's cool if you're doing it, but you're informed about the other side of things.
I think that's what's lacking in schools in the ghetto mostly, that knowledge, because those ones in better schools, they know these things, they tell them these things. You can be anything you want to be. You don't have to
knowledge
be
is there. I'm playing.
He's not. Yeah.
But no, I get your point.
All right. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. We've come to. I know we're supposed, but I think we briefly spoke about entertainment space as far as Black excellence is concerned. Yeah, so many stages. I'm being given the, come on, man. But it's been an insightful conversation, and you know what? I've got a suggestion, guys. I feel like we only scratched the surface. My request, especially my co-host, can we just do a part 2 of this? That would be a bit more comprehensive. But I think for now, and what we can say is thank you, Bryce DJ Classic. Actually, what's your government name, by the way? Is your Andile Dube?
Bryce Andiswa
Dube.
Yeah.
Right. Hi, Dube Sebonga. Right. Yeah. So we've come to the end of the show. We just need to go get on the plane. Where are we going?
No, we're going to Dubai.
Oh, going to Dubai.
Yeah, before we fly back to New York.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
I just need to get my passport by the passport office there. But until we see you next time, it's been great. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Black excellence. Excel.